we need to... What do we need? Nine of Wands. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. This is someone who just won't give up, you know. Can't stop, won't stop. They just can't. And it's not that they don't want to. I kind of get the feeling like they're pretty done. But alas, they're still here, right? They're still there. It's almost giving like somebody with a lot of responsibility, somebody who it's like a necessary beating up. I don't know how to describe it other than that. That's what this feels like. It feels like somebody's like getting kicked in the testicles on purpose. It's weird. I know. I don't know. Stuff that I think about here. Okay. Why would be a good place to start. My nose is going. Ugh. Okay. Why? Oh, this again. Wow. Okay. I shuffled. Okay, and these cards are popping out. These aren't like I'm pulling them. Look. Okay, so if you didn't watch the last video, the directly last video that I did, please watch that. This is giving that. I don't even want to do this reading. I know that sounds bad. I know. Sorry, but it's just. It's a very. The other night, like a couple nights ago, when I did another one, it was like I had pulled a marble out of my little charm box, and like in that marble, I kind of felt like the weight of the world was on someone, you know, and that's how they felt. They felt like they have this weight on them, and it's almost like an implied weight. Like they don't feel like, I don't know if they feel like they put that weight there intentionally, or they just like don't like the fact that they have that weight, or what it is, but or it's just super heavy, you know what I mean? And it's almost like there's not an option to not have this weight. So I mean, maybe, you know, maybe you have kids, maybe you have responsibility. Everyone's got responsibilities, you know, but these are responsibilities that you have. They're yours. You take them very seriously, and there's no giving up on them, is what I'm getting. Definitely getting kid vibes here. Okay. So. Alright, so this might be some sort of a relationship that you're, I don't want to say chained to. I mean, that's a little, but it's very, you've known this person a long time. There's history. There's could be even past life stuff going on here. Really not trying to get into it. So if you think it's your story, again, not going down that rabbit hole. No thanks. But this is something that feels kind of, yeah, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups. So someone feels bound to a relationship or a partnership or a responsibility. and it looks like there's no end in sight. Okay, that's what I'm getting. No end. And there's that Two of Cups again. And the reason for no end in sight is because there's a soul tie here. There's some sort of really did not want to get into this. Two of Cups can also be kind of a blending of masculine and feminine energies within yourself. You know, everybody has different qualities of masculine and feminine, and the idea is to try to be as balanced within yourself as possible. I feel like somebody wants another chance, I did not want to get into this. Or maybe this is something that you're finally moving on from. This relationship that you feel like really has been kind of a burden. It's been heavy. But there's no escaping it. You know what I mean? But you would like to I don't know if it's move on completely, move on just to a new phase, a whole new thing. It's for each person. I think it's going to be difficult. The Empress and the Six of Wands, the Sun. So someone thinks that this could be very successful. Another person, I think, thinks that this is not a burden, but it would be something that would be very difficult. But I do feel like it does feel kind of inescapable in a weird way. Why? Just why? Wish fulfillment. It's, you know, somebody is wanting to fight for wish fulfillment. They're tired of fighting. They're tired of this. Maybe they're somewhere else, right? With someone else or someplace else or working someplace, or they're somewhere and there's really not. It's just not. So they're looking to go somewhere else, and maybe in this somewhere else there is this connection. There's that Four of Swords. Someone is analyzing this. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't even feel like it's very much like that last reading where it's like one person was like, okay, cool, maybe next lifetime, right? We'll just go our separate ways then. You got your thing going on. You got obviously the stuff you like doing, and I will just be hitting the old dusty trail, right? And the other person was kind of like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? This doesn't end. There's no ending this. And you know, it's kind of like, well, this, and this, and this. Yeah, I don't like the direction it's going. It's over. or maybe it just, there's so many, I'm getting so many different, it's honestly giving me like kind of a headache, because it's like there's so many different, somebody might have like they wanted something, but then there was like these other things that happened, so that it just seems it seems messy, which for me is odd, because things, in my understanding, typically will work out kind of how they need to. So the messiness of something will eventually kind of melt away into clarity, right? But this is giving like it stayed messy. Like there was just no clarity. So it was kind of like making a sandwich with the lights off. Like it was difficult that way. So I asked why, right? And it was because this is what somebody wanted. So what now? Like, Four Wands. Like when I first pulled these two cards, I kind of got like the tired of fighting for whatever this looked like, whatever this, your ships coming in, whatever that looked like. Somebody was kind of like, look, I'd rather go, over and do it this way, or have it with here, or whatever it was. But it's almost like doing that, it didn't take the relationship away. It might have taken the relationship away, but it certainly didn't take the relationship away. It's like you're not there anymore, but it's certainly, how they say out of sight, out of mind. That didn't happen. It's very much still in the mind for someone. And while I think somebody else is kind of already maybe processed that pain, because they had no choice. Like they had no choice but to go, so they had their time to cry already, and their time to, okay, and now they're kind of like, well, I'm moving forward. I need something new here. I'm not dealing with this. This has happened too many times before. It's not happening again. This has happened the last couple readings I've had, clear, like someone feels like this and someone feels like this. So kind of put it where you are. I even prayed, like, keep it, self-centered, kind of. Of course, I can't control what comes out, but it's in the energy. But this is what I'm getting. It's like maybe it didn't pan out and someone had to move forward, and they weren't happy about it. But now this other person is kind of like, well, what do you mean? Like, you can't move forward. Like, look what we have. Like, and the other person's like, no, actually, like, I don't tell you. So it's almost, I feel like, causing this other person to kind of like be like, oh, damn, what is gonna happen here? What should happen here? Okay, so I kind of feel like they're saying, like, no matter what, like, you will experience who and what you're supposed to experience in this life, no matter what. You know, even if I feel like even the people involved can't mess up something that's supposed to happen, you know? And this is one of those things, like, everybody seems to have made the moves they made for the reasons they made their moves. I think having the Hierophant and the Three of Cups here under the Two of Cups, I do feel like it's almost saying, like, there are more hands in this than you know, especially divine ones. I really don't think it's something that you should be worried about for the one person, this person who kind of had to analyze and was kind of forced to move forward because, you know, they had no choice. What were they going to do? You know, this other person who kind of was not this person. The other person, I think now is maybe surprised. Burdened even by this. Because if it felt like that, if their reason was because it was just too much, it was too much of a burden, it was too much of this, if that was their reason for kind of like dipping out originally and putting this person in this energy, they're realizing that that burden had nothing on the burden they feel now of potentially never having this person in their life because of that. So it's interesting kind of how this is playing out. It's almost like, you know, they were a burden to begin with, but they weren't. The burden is not having them. So, what should everyone do here? Okay, so what should everyone do here? Everyone should, I think, keep their nose down and do their work. Self-healing, introspection. You need to be able to see things from a clear point of view, be very open and honest, and kind of get a bigger understanding of what your legacy is, what you hope to leave here. You know, is it important to you that you have this? Is it important that you have, you know, what is important? You know, I think a lot of, you know, whatever you catch yourself daydreaming about, it's probably a good indication of something that you're interested in, something that excites you. So what are you daydreaming about? And I kind of feel like that's what God is, or whatever you want to, spirit or universe, however you, I don't like to push, you know, God on people. It's a huge part of my life, but I don't agree with it pushing it on other people if it makes people uncomfortable, and I know it does. So I'm not trying to do that, but I do feel like this is something that you should kind of really think, I spent a lot of time thinking about this, or that person, or this job, or that, or, you know, why? You know, I think emotionally, where do you find comfort? Where do you find peace? I'm not saying that you should look for peace and comfort in anything other than yourself. No. But being around certain energies and certain people can influence our own, if you know, a lot. Do they pull you into their storms, into their chaos? Do you notice that things get more hectic and more stressful and more, you know? Or do you notice that when you're thinking about something in particular that you are calm, you're calmed, your storm, you know, you calmed your storm, right? You're able to kind of put your defenses down and just be, just be. It's very peaceful, it's very warm, right? What can you do that with? Sure, things are great that are exciting and passionate, and then lead us on in a direction that will excite us in certain ways. That's wonderful, but you know, what brings peace? And I think that was this person, whoever this person was, I think that's what they were ultimately having to ask themselves. What is going to bring me peace here? It probably felt like hell having to be the one to leave. But if that was what was going to bring peace, that's, you know what I mean? Like, what else did you expect them to do? Yeah, I don't I don't see anything being able to stop what is divinely meant for something. I think we can get in the way, right? We can have detours and we can screw things up. But to completely miss things, no, I really don't. I think things are so planned in a lot of ways. Yeah, I think that's probably good advice. I don't even want to go any more than that. Like, what do you catch yourself thinking about? What are you daydreaming about? And how can you do the work to get there? What do you think? Oh, geez, sorry. Four of Cups and Two of Pentacles. I mean, it kind of feels like it kind of feels in like some weird way. Someone here is almost like, well, I'll be satisfied when. And like anytime you say that, you can damn sure be like positive. Like you won't be happy then. Like it's not when. Like it's like, oh, I'll do this when I have X amount of this, or I'll do this when I have this, or, and it's like they're saying that's not really the case. I'm also getting like somebody is really having like a range of emotions, you know, almost like kind of wavy here. It's like the divine really wants you to look at certain emotions, certain feelings, and it'll present this cup to you. Like, here, look at this emotion, look at this cup, look at this that you feel about, right? This feeling, look at this feeling. And you're kind of like, do I really want to? Nah, right? And it's like, or it could be like, look at this emotion you have for this thing that you think about 24/7. You're thinking about this thing 24/7. Look at that, and you're like, yeah, I don't think so. Every time I look at it, my life gets kind of topsy-turvy and I don't really like it, so I don't want to look at it. You know, I'm just gonna like act like it's not there, right? It's just not there. We're gonna pretend this is not here. I'm gonna act like I don't spend all day thinking about this. I'm gonna act like I don't want this. There will be no movement. There will be, you know, that's what they're saying. They're saying as long as you don't want to look at it, okay. What else? Yeah, there will be no movement. There's no movement. This is movement. This is no movement. Okay, and it's see, it's because he hasn't looked at all these friggin' cups. He's got all, like, he's able to walk away here, right, from all these cups because he's felt these cups. He's had enough of these cups. He's done with feeling these cups because he's felt them. This is not being felt, these cups. Okay? The divine wants you to look at these cups, these cups that you keep thinking about. But you don't look at them because every time you're forced to, it pulls you out of where you are because you want to be somewhere else. But you don't want to admit that. You don't want to see it. That's my Emperor, Justice, Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Empress. So I think somewhere here someone is having to look at these cups. They're having to look at these emotions, feelings, thoughts, the energy, how it is. And this person has already done that, I think, and they've come to terms. There might still be some pain and some, it sucked, I had to leave, I really thought there was something there, that, whatever, but they're moving forward, right? This other person, I feel like, is kind of mulling around in this this energy of, I want to think about it, but every time I do, it hurts me. What will help with that? Magician on the top. So transmuting the energies. Transmuting the energy is, but in order to transmute an energy, you have to understand it. You can't. What are you transmuting? You wouldn't know what you're transmuting. You need to know what it is. This feels like somebody feels like this is a weakness for them, like an absolute weakness, and that's, that might be somewhere you can start. Why would that be considered a weakness for you? Where did that start? Right? Let's see. How can I help this person? How can I help this person? How can I help this person? Well, I can't. Well, shit. Just kidding. Universe is saying, there's nothing really I can personally do to help this person. I think this is one of those things that they're having to learn themselves. This is kind of a law of karma. It's like what you give, you get. The choices and have consequences. The things that you do have consequences. It's this is a lesson, and it's teaching this person something. And I think a lot of what it's teaching them is to really kind of face their emotions and face them in a way where they understand where they're coming from. If this is some sort of a really important soul tie or a relationship for someone, maybe it'll be a good learning, teaching moment for this person on what the blocks were. You know what I mean? Relationships are work. They're tough. This up here, this was turned around when it came out. This person just didn't, they were looking for something else because they did not want to have to put the energy into making this work. Point blank, simple. Pretty pretty clear cut that, you know, it was just, and I feel like this other person was very hurt, but they were like, okay. And they dealt with their own emotions and trauma, and they learned the lesson and moved on. And now this other person is having to do that as well. But it's like every time they try to pick up these cups and understand what this was for them that they walked away from, it feels painful. Ugh. You know, this is one of those moments that's like, hindsight is 20/20. You know, you're able to look back and go, oh, geez. You know, you're going to be putting work into whatever relationship you're in. There's no such thing as getting out of putting work into a relationship. I don't care what relationship it is. You're going to put work into it. If you want it to succeed, you're going to. You know? You know, I'm going to leave this. I have this here. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to post it on my site. Trust God, see all, nor be afraid. And I think that is perfect for the situation here. It's tough all around for everyone involved, and it just because this person right now is in the Fool and this, okay, I'm ready to move on and what's new, right? That does not mean they didn't go through all this. Okay, that means they went through this first. So keep that in mind as well. So whatever side you're on, you know, it's not like, oh no, they don't care. No, that's no, they were forced to do this first. So I'm gonna keep it there. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This is something you're just gonna have to work through. If this is you, you're gonna have to work through these emotions, these feelings, what this situation was for you. I'm kind of interested. Hold on. Okay, so what will happen here? Moon reverse. So what will happen here is there'll be no more secrets, and I'm pretty sure you'll be heading towards that 9 of Cups, that wish fulfillment for you. But it is going to take, you know, a lot of feeling, a lot of taking that emotion and turning it into something else, transmuting that pain, growing and really understanding and learning. This is life. This is how sometimes we have to learn things and go from there. Oh, I can see it. It fell. Justice. So everything will turn out exactly how it's supposed to in this situation, and it looks pretty beautiful. So I wouldn't worry, right? I wouldn't worry, but I would do the work. Okay, that's it. I hope this was able to help somebody, and I hope, oh god, my nose is itchy like crazy. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.